Whispers, at first faint, impossible to understand, but soon they grew louder, slithering through the walls, curling through the floorboards. The friends froze, because the whispers weren't just random, they were calling out names, their names, one by one. And then, the friend who had collapsed opened his mouth, but it was not his voice that came out. It was low, deep, inhuman, and it repeated the words written in the diary, over and over. "If they find you, don't look at their faces." The others stared in horror, because the voice was not coming from him alone. It was coming from the walls, from the ceiling, from the shadows gathering around them. And just as lightning lit the room, the lights went out, darkness swallowed the room. No lights, no comfort, only the sound of breathing, fast, shallow, panicked. And then, in the silence, a voice, but it was not human. From the collapsed friend's mouth spilled words that did not belong to him. Low, broken, ancient, the same words from the diary. "If they find you, don't look at their faces." Over and over, each repetition grew louder, sharper, until the voice seemed to come not just from him, but from everywhere. The walls, the ceiling, the floor beneath their feet. The friends scrambled for their flashlights. When the beams flickered back on, they gasped. The one who had fallen, Ethan, was no longer himself. His eyes rolled back, showing only white. His skin pale, his lips trembling with words not his own. And on the floor beneath him, fresh scratches appeared, as if carved by invisible claws. Fear cracked the group apart. Clara wanted to grab him, shake him free. Marco wanted to leave him behind, run before it was too late. But the house had already chosen. They tried the front door. It didn't open. The windows, when they smashed the glass, there was nothing beyond but darkness. Endless black. It was as though the mansion was floating in a void, cut away from the world outside. A trap. And in the middle of it all, Ethan suddenly stopped. He sat up, stiff, like a puppet pulled by strings, and he smiled. But it was not his smile. The voice that followed was not his voice. "You came here on your own. The house is hungry, and it has waited long enough." The others backed away. Their flashlights shook in their hands, but the shadows in the corners seemed to grow, stretching, reaching. A faint sound joined the whispers, children's laughter, high-pitched, distant, echoing through the halls, as if dozens of unseen eyes watched them from the dark. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, Ethan vanished, gone. Not a scream, not a flash of light, only the deep gouges in the wooden floor where his hands had been. The group stood frozen, unable to breathe, and then they heard it. A scream. It was Ethan's voice, faint, desperate, calling for help. But it wasn't coming from upstairs or from the hallway, it came from below.